So this is the quick and fast version of the story Hamlet by William Shakespeare in under 5 minutes. While this is just a quick summary, there are so many more characters and pieces to it. So let's begin. So Hamlet is more than just that guy that talks to the skulls and says to be or not to be. It has a lot of twists and turns. First, we take a look at our main character Hamlet, who is the Crown Prince of Denmark. Hamlet has been through so much and he has so many traumas that he has to endure throughout this whole play. Like I said, he's in charge of Denmark, which is a country in Europe. And during this play, we see many characters such as his friend Horatio, who's kind of like his right-hand man, who's always by his side. We also meet his mother Gertrude, who is the queen and mourning for her husband, who died a couple months ago. We also have Claudius, who is Hamlet's uncle, his brother, the brother of his father. And in the background, we get this story about this guy named Fortinbras, who's from another country trying to take over Denmark. Anyway, so Hamlet is grieving for his poor father, but then at the same time, his mom marries his uncle Claudius. But during this whole thing, some guards start seeing this ghost wandering around the land. While they think this is weird, they bring Hamlet to check it out, and when Hamlet talks to the ghost, it turns out it's actually the ghost of Hamlet's father, who is here to tell him that the head that wears the crown is also the one that killed him. So he finds out that his uncle took his life. So Hamlet comes up with a plan. He decides that anyone will tell crazy people anything, so he pretends to act crazy in order to get people to reveal their true nature. And yes, it starts to scare some people. While there are many speculations as to why he's crazy, Polonius, Claudius's right-hand man, starts to say, hey, I think he is actually going crazy because he's totally head over heels in love with his daughter, Ophelia. Ophelia is a beautiful girl, and they were having a little fling on the side, but that's really not the reason. Hamlet decides that his crazy act isn't working fast enough, so he decides to make a play that depicts what Claudius did to his dad. And in the process, Claudius gets so upset about it, he runs away. Hamlet follows him, thinking he'll kill him, but he ends up finding out that Claudius is praying and confessing his sins. If he kills him now, he'll go straight to heaven. Not what he wants. So he goes to confront his mom. And when he goes to confront his mom, he starts to hear these crazy noises in the background. Thinking it's Claudius, he stabs behind the wall, and it turns out it's actually Polonius. Kills the father of the lady he loves. Upon his death, Ophelia goes crazy, and her death is questionable. Some say it's suicide, some say it's an accident. However, Laertes, Ophelia's brother, decides that he will get revenge. But Claudius convinces him to stage a duel where they will poison the tips of swords and kill Hamlet like that. So it seems like an accident. And just in case, they have a failsafe. A pearl covered in poison, put in a cup of wine. Well, they have the duel. They both get hit with a poison sword, and Hamlet begins to find out. However, he doesn't find out before his mom ends up drinking the wine, which ends up killing her. That's when everything starts to fall apart for poor Claudius. Claudius gets killed by Hamlet. Laertes is dying from the poison as well, and on his deathbed, Hamlet tells Horatio to stay alive and tell his story. Because Horatio wanted to kill himself, but he said, no, you gotta stay around to tell my story. Well, at the same time, Fortinbras and his men start coming to attack, and they actually end up taking over the kingdom. And that's the end. A lot of death, a lot of craziness, a lot of twists and turns. But you know what? Hamlet knew his stuff. He wasn't just some crazy guy. He knew what to do. So thank you, Shakespeare, for writing this crazy, epic play.